Whoa! What's up, Gump? And what's up, freaks? In case you can't tell, Gumpy and I are fired up. We just hit our first goal on the YouTubes, 1,000 subscribers. And it took a long time to get here, a lot longer than most people think. And really, what's the reward from it? Well, as far as YouTube, nothing really changes for us. But the more people we can reach, the more positivity hopefully we can spread. If you're new to the channel, that is my ultimate passion. Trying to fire people up, trying to get people outside of their comfort zones, doing something that excites them. This life is short. I spent a lot of time on my couch and just wasting time. And I've seen some people that fired me up, and I'm like, if I can do that, that is my purpose. Fire people up just to see what's out there for a regular guy. That's why I started making videos. I want to see what's possible. So I share my passion of cars and the challenges that come with it. And I try to be as open as possible. So if you're into that sort of thing, this might be a good channel for you. If you need some encouragement, hopefully this is also a good channel for you. I'm telling you, man, nothing in life is easy, so choose your hard. Speaking of hard, we're going to face some hard things in this video. Nothing crazy. But we're going to have some timeline changes, all that type of stuff. It doesn't matter what happens. We will always face it. We are a challenge accepted type of team, aren't we, Gump? Are you ready? Let's go!
To some losses through the process had me furious, but I got eyes on the vision, can't get delirious. Fall in love with the game and then you marry it. I think I married it. This the anthem. If you reckon with it, put your hands up. Yeah, this the anthem. If you get up and get it, put your hands up.
All right, in my hands, we have our expansion tank. These are technically for an Evo. It's from STM. I couldn't verify 100%, but I'm pretty sure that's what was on the car, just an older model. So he had it drilled through the hood pin and then bolted here. I'm going to try to simulate the same thing, but I'm going to pop the headlight out real quick. There's a couple plastic pieces here. I want to verify what they are and make sure I can take them off or not. But one of these holes is going to have to be drilled bigger for the hood pin, and the other one is just going to have to be drilled in a different spot to make it work. And we'll see what I come up with once the headlight's out of the way, you know what I mean? But I really want to kind of have the headlight there to verify that things aren't going to be in the way of other things when I put the things in the things. But anyway, yeah, that's what we're doing. So I ended up just getting this kit from STM that just had the fittings I needed for the sensor. These fittings were probably possible to find on my own and then just run my own lines, but just seemed easier since I already had that coming. The line is probably a lot longer than I want, but we'll make it work. I'm in the world of making it work. So for right now, this is what I got for the remote mount oil pressure sensor. Again, a lot of things I'm just waiting on, or I don't realize I have until you go to make a move. I didn't realize I didn't have any more insulated clamps that would fit this sensor. I think that's ultimately what I'll end up doing, is getting the insulated clamp and just mounting it to that same tab. So it's kind of in the area. That way, if I also forget, or the car moves before I get a chance to remedy that, it at least is secure. You know what I mean? It's not going anywhere. It just doesn't seem ideal. I don't want to risk that breaking or that breaking and having it fall and hit the ground, whatever. So basically, I got this mount. It goes in the front tube. This is the threaded part for the clamp. This is the hole they give you to bolt stuff to. It's a lot bigger than what I want to use, and it's too thick to riv nut. So I'm just going to try to tap another hole like so. All in all, this mount worked out just fine with those threads I put in it. It'll obviously do the stuff. For some reason, it just doesn't feel like it's exactly what I want, but it'll work for now. Hopefully I have all the stuff I need now. I just got back from Lane Automotive. It's about an hour away. Ooh, Oh, I got hair in my mouth. Thanks, Guppy. Or Barn Cat. Or, well, hopefully one of those two. Anyway, but I got the fittings. These have to have an O-ring on them. These are going to go in the transmission for the front clutch and rear clutch pressures. I bought pre-made lines that are 3AN. Again, this is all just kind of winging it type stuff, so I'll figure it out as I go. Hopefully we got the right crap. Well, I was just getting ready to say these are M8 by 125 adapters. The good news is I was able to get the broke piece out no problem. Talked me out of tapping that into an MPT thread and just being done with the whole thing. But anyway, not exactly how I'd want to route it, but you can't get 90s on both sides of these hoses because they don't swivel. But all in all, pretty clean. I like that. Not too bad, right? One problem at a time. I can't do anything about that fitting, and I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm frustrated. I'm not super knowledgeable yet on thread pitch and, you know, diameters and stuff. But if the 8th MPT has room to drill and tap that, I don't see why I can't just put that there and then put, like, you know, the similar fitting, but for that size there, and be done with all the adapters, the brass. I always have bad luck with brass. I'll be honest with you. Some of it's on me. On the intake manifold, I've over-tightened them and just, it's a tricky thing. But anyway, this is for the overflow or, dadgummit, the expansion tank. I got this in hopes that I'll be able to, you know, run it mildly cleanly up here, but we'll see how that works out. There's only one 90-degree fitting for the 4AN line, and then as far as fittings from NPT to AN, the only 90s I could get there to try to remedy it was NOS ones. So let's see what we can come up with. We'll make something work, because I really just want this thing to go together, man, and just be so ready. But part of the process is pushing through the struggles. Things like this are going to happen. It just seems to be happening every time I touch something. And I'm like, bro, get your crap together. So I'm trying to get my crap together. So I'm going to go get my crap together and get the car together. All right, we out here the next day, feeling a lot better today. Sometimes it's okay to walk away and just problem solve or not think about it at all and come out here fresh. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this around and show you some of the stuff we've been messing with though. I'm not 100% certain on how all of this is gonna stay or not, but it's testing. So I got the line ran to the tank. I switched up some of these fittings and I got these on this side. And by switched up, I mean I have that there. Like, I don't know the technical names, but instead of the 90 on the AN line, because, well, I'll go ahead and say it. My boy Craig said these are bulky, and I didn't really think much about it because I had just been working on the Red Demon all weekend and everything seemed to go real easy. Well, he's obviously worked out the what works and what don'ts because some of these just didn't work. But this is something I'm not 100% sold on the way this is ran. But I don't have any other fitting options, so the only thing I can really do is shorten hoses, and I don't want to mess with that. It just don't seem like it's worth it. But I moved all this stuff to the front. I got it tucked up under here, smooth. I like how that's looking. One other thing that was really bugging me is the way these oil lines were ran to the feed to the turbo, and then I had the remote sensor line. So I actually took the line that the remote sensor comes on, swapped it for the turbo feed line I ordered. It was too short to route it around here, and at least now I'll be able to like have it up here so it's not directly on the exhaust. I mean, the oil pressure sensor is still really daggone close to the exhaust, but that's the fitting the kit comes with, so I'm making it work. I mean, getting these different fittings is so frustrating. And as far as the fitting options, Kurt's sent me a link to Force 4, and Sean does have options that are 3AN, 4AN, etc., you know, that go right into the M8 bung. He said nobody else is asking for the 3AN. I was recommended to run the 3AN to the sensor block, so that's what I was doing. There's just so many options to get the same result, and I'm just trying, y'all, and it's frustrating. I'd be lying if I didn't say it's frustrating. It's always fun to overcome it, but in the moment, it's just like, dude, why? At least that's me. But he said he has the exact same fitting, but not the Chinese version that's going to break in 3 seconds that he can send me on Monday. So that is an option. He said nobody else asked for the 3AN, so he hasn't made them yet. So that's where we are. About to just have everything kind of buttoned up better than it was. So it's definitely progress. And again, I don't have to have that sensor line ran. It just trying to get everything done I can. And I was trying to get that done, and it just ain't meant to be right now. So we'll work on something else and come back to it when the time is right. So just like always, you get a million different opinions. If you ask the question online, that's the way it's going to go. I had enough people say they tap their stuff to NPT, 8th NPT, and are just done with it instead of doing the metric to this, to that, to blah, blah, blah. I'm going to wing it. My instincts tell me it's going to be fine. I'm just going to take a slow, drill smart, tap smart. We should be fine. So hopefully this works out. All right, no regrets. It's tapped 8th NPT. I did not tap the other one. I probably should, but I actually love the routing. I got the right sizes. There's not too much excess. They blend together just right. All in all, I'm a fan. Where are we at right now? Right now, I'm trying to get the catch pan at least close to where it should be without being able to really fix it and weld it up right now on my own. I at least want to get the brackets on there, you know, get a good idea of where it's going to be. That way, when I can get it welded or whatever, maybe those can get welded on too if that makes the most sense, or if mounting on the car makes the most sense. I can put some riv nuts in there. We'll figure all that out when I get there. But I didn't have any leftover bracing stuff I used from the last one, which was kind of weak, but it worked. But I made these for the other car on the quick release. Finally, saving some junk, pay it off. So hopefully I got enough here to do something with, which I think I do. So let's go ahead and start diving into this sucker. I don't know for sure this is how it's going to stay, but I mean, it's stout. So, I mean, if it works and it serves its purpose, I'm fine with that. I'll just have to obviously take it out, decide what I want to do with those holes, if I'm going to plug it with the old hardware and just use caulk. But, yeah, all in all, I'm digging it. I like the placement. So that I can keep accomplishing things, it's time to take the turbo manifold off, and I'm just going to take the whole turbo setup off, but you got to get the EGT bungs welded in. We got time for it. We're switching up the deadline / schedule a little bit. I'll talk about it later. Trying to come up with the best decision, but there's some variables, so I'm just going to take some time to think about it, but still try to get something done. That's what I encourage you guys to do. When you're in a spot, just take the next step. I get overwhelmed. I always push the deadline. I always want it to happen faster than it probably is supposed to. I call it aggressive patience, because sometimes if you're not aggressive, it just don't happen. But I've also learned patience. Everything's not about me. Everything's not on my timeline. I am not the to the world. Even though I'm kind of like the to the world, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so we're going to make some daggone progress. Let's go ahead and get this off and get it at least prepared. I'm not going to drill until I know it's getting welded, because I don't want holes in the manifold and it's not usable. That would suck. So I'm at least going to do this smarter, supposedly. All right, so we're here at the shop. Manifold's here, holes are drilled, bungs are attached. I'm pretty sure this isn't happening anytime soon, but it's here and it's ready. So And also we got riv nuts and the catch pan, so we're gonna try hooking that up as soon as we get to the house. So boom, that's all the progress we can make for now. Now I said there was a timeline change. Well, it is kind of my choice, but travel's expensive. So dropping the car off, going to get the car, getting the roll cage done, and then dropping it back off to get it tuned and go to the track doesn't make sense. So what I'm going to do is just wait until the roll cage is finished. When the roll cage is finished, then I'm going to drop it off to get wired. And then when it's done wiring, I will go back up there, get it tuned, and then we will hit the track to make sure it works in the real world. So I had a deadline by the end of April. I wanted the car to be running. It's not going to happen. I'm trying to save money so that we can race more this race season. So it makes sense. I just have to practice some patience, and it just is what it is. So again, I want to thank you guys one more time for the 1,000 subs. Our next goal is 5,000. So if this is your type of thing, you love somebody that you know that's open and honest and wants to just genuinely fire you up, go subscribe and tell your friends about it. And maybe we can just start a community of spreading positivity, because there's so much negativity in this daggone world. How's your projects going? We don't talk enough about you. What? Oh, I hope that wasn't an excuse. I hope you're out there wrenching, because if you're not, I promise you this, it's not getting done. Until next time, I want to encourage you guys to be just like Gumpy is with his ball. And get out there. Get outside your daggone comfort zone. Feed dreams and star fears, y'all.